Hello everybody. I've recorded several videos and I've never posted them, and I'm not even sure if I'll post this one, but if you're seeing it, I guess we know. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of ramble through this because right now I've currently for about a week now just been completely immersed in the effects of cptsd. And this has been lessened to an extent by my fiance, and it's actually one of the videos I haven't posted. But she's been a big supporter and a big help, and she's actually been learning, and that to me is very, very awesome. I've never had anyone do what she's doing, you know. I actually feel like she's being genuine, you know, and that's, and you guys understand what that means. I mean, anytime you meet somebody after the person that you were involved with that just completely wrecked your life, you're suspicious. I mean, you can't help but be. I mean, it's just a natural state to be in. And I think I'm coming out of that a little bit, maybe just with her, but hey, it's a start. But I've been thinking, I've been watching a lot of videos, I've been talking with her, I've been crying, I've been angry, I've been screaming, I've been anything and every emotion you could possibly go through. It has been coming out, and sometimes switching quick as fuck. I mean, within minutes. Like the other day, we were just sitting there eating lunch. She met me for my lunch, and we were in this diner, dude, and it was all I could do to just not bust out in tears in this diner. And the only thing that really kept me from doing it was talking with her, and that was just a tremendous help. And then it wasn't a couple minutes later into that feeling, the emotion of just pure anxiety came over me, then anger, and then wanting to cry again. I mean, it was like, what in the fuck? I'm just trying to eat me some lunch, and I found it so hard to even try to focus on my company right now. I mean, it's just, I don't have the drive that I had. I mean, prior to this episode, God, I was on fire, man. I was lighting it up. We were growing, we were doing good, and now I've had this little setback, and I can't focus on anything. It's just, it's a devastating thing. And it's not just me, you know, it's the people in my life that are around me, you know, that feel the effects of it. But the reason I started making this video anyway was to more or less explain out loud to myself what I'm thinking about why I have all this. And it's not just simply from one narcissist. It seems like my life has been full of them. And I've got years and years and years ahead of me to sort it out. But basically my mother was the beginning of my narcissist encounters. She was just a straight up narcissist. She didn't care about anyone but herself, and in fact, most time, this is where I learned how to steal. You know, I had to take care of my brother and sister, you know, when I was young, and if I didn't go to the store and steal food, we usually didn't have anything to eat because Mom would rather party it up or some other stuff. You know, she was a big building block, setting me up psychologically to be open to more people like her. And then move on down the road a little while after she left us, which was an abandonment issue that I had to learn to deal with. But and I'm just skipping over a lot. I mean, if you have any questions, just ask. But then there was my dad. He married another woman, and she was, I don't know if she was really a narcissist, but I kind of suspect, but she was a crazy bitch. I'll say that. This woman she would lock me and my brother outside all day long during the hot summer. As soon as Dad went to work, we had to go outside. And I mean, this is in an area where there's not a lot. I mean, we were out in, it's not a barren wasteland, but you know, it was just not a lot. There was very little shade, and I mean, we'd be locked outside all day long. The only time we were allowed to come in was to eat lunch, get 1 cup of water, and then go back outside. That was it. And then at night, she would come in there and call me a little baby and kick me in the fucking head and just tell me I'm this and I'm that and just kick me. I mean, just kick me in different places. I mean, which I was made to sleep on the floor. My brother, he had a bed, and my younger sister, she also had a bed. But I was made to sleep in the floor, almost inside the closet. And she would come in there and just do that shit to me. And I mean, I hated to hear. I mean, I just feel that dread of her walking down the hallway and hearing her steps and that door open and the light switch come on, because I knew I was about to get a foot to somewhere. And if she wasn't kicking me, she was stepping on me. And I had to deal with that shit, you know. But luckily, that didn't last but a summer. And sorry about the camera work, but and then after that, let's see, I guess it would have had to been my grandpa. I don't think he was per se a narcissist. I think he was just passing on a lot of his hurt and pain from his alcoholic father, and a very violent and abusive father from what he tells me. But he would always belittle, you know, that was his thing, belittling me, telling me how I was going to be worthless, how I'd always be a ditch digger or some shit like that, you know. And he's not so much like that now because he's a lot older and he's mellowed out a lot, but he was physically abusive. I mean, not to the point of just slapping me for just because he wouldn't slap me, but he would just go a little too far with the discipline. Let's just say that. But he's a good man, and a lot of his things I can understand. You know, I don't excuse him, but I can understand. And then there is my my second wife, you know, and she's the one that kicked all this off. And I don't know at what point any of this is distinguishable from the rest, because a lot of these feelings and emotions, I mean, I felt them at every point, you know, whenever these things would happen. You know, it's just basic emotions of anger and hurt and betrayal and shame, and I mean, it's all this crap that people shouldn't have to suffer through, and I continue to suffer through it, and that's why I'm talking about it, because from what I understand, that's the only way to get better from it. I mean, I'm currently working on trying to get me some kind of service animal, just kind of help me catch these things before they snowball into a bigger emotional shitstorm. Because God, this is the most motivated I have felt in a while, making this video, and all I'm doing is holding a phone and talking. But I've been grinding my teeth a lot too, and I've noticed certain things. And if you're a psychiatrist or know someone out there that is, or anything that can give me a clue on this, but I've noticed things because I've been trying to figure out how to spot things within myself as far as when these things happen and to the extent of how they're affecting me. But I noticed that I shut my eyes and leave them shut for extended periods of time, and I enjoy that. Now, I don't know what it is. I'm guessing that I'm just blocking out that outside world. It's like going into my own little closet, or I just don't want to deal with it or something. That's my guess. And or it just could be too much stimulus at the time, you know, and I'm just, because when I do close my eyes, I just feel calmer, you know, I'm just out of that for a second, you know. And The other thing I have is something with my eyes. I'm always rubbing them, like I'm trying to wipe something out of them, but the's nothing there. And that one I don't know. It's just, but it's odd to me that I have two things with this that are to do with my eyes. And the third thing that I've noticed is when I have these emotional issues is I'll develop a little tick, and I don't know where the hell this come from. Actually, I kind of think I do now. Well, anyway, the tick is like that, just a quick jerk. And I think what it was is when I was in my last relationship, that was me stuffing. That was me burying something. So that may be a clue as to what I'm dealing with and what emotional time frame. That's the only thing I think of, because it's kind of like it's hard to swallow. I'm fighting to get it down or fighting to keep it down. I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm feeling like that's at right now. But anyway, I'm trying to fix myself. I'm relying on people, and I don't know. I'm just kind of at a point right now where I hate to be this way. And it can't end soon enough. It just can't end soon enough. Because life sucks like this. And I was laying in bed this morning trying to get up, because it's hard to get out of bed, dude. I mean, it's hard. I'm the kind of guy that, well, you see my videos here a year ago or so, before I got busy with my company again, I was getting up and I was answering the call of, going to the gym, and I was answering the call of eating right, and I was answering the call of all these good motivation, like meditation and stuff, and all that stuff went to shit. It's like it's just slowly went away, and I've allowed it. But that's stuff that I can do that will help me. But anyway, my point is, I did not feel like getting out of bed. I haven't felt, and I haven't been sleeping at all. Waking up several times a night, tossing and turning constantly. That's been my life here lately, and the sad thing is, and this is the thought that occurred to me this morning, that's people's every day. There's people with a lot worse symptoms than me. Not that I'm trying to devalue me or anything like that, but I can really, really understand now why people with PTSD take their own life. I mean, it's a horrible thing. It's terrible. I mean, but there's a lot of people out there that don't have anybody to count on and just get tired of trying to muddle their way through it. And when that's all you can do, it's sheer will. That's all it is sheer will. Is you have to will yourself to get through the bullshit that you've already been through. And it's that feeling. It just picks right back up of, oh God, this is still going on. I mean, it's like it's everything back in that moment. Everything. It's just not the visual. But I'll tell you what, the other day I did kind of have a visual session. But I was in the bathroom, and I just got through looking in the mirror, telling myself it would be okay, that I've got this and all that. And then I went into the shower, and I closed the door, and I just fell down crying. And when I did that, I had a flash, a visual flash of back the last time I did that, and that's back when my ex-wife, she would just spend days running me down, just days working on me. I'm sure y'all know what that's about. And it would finally end whenever she would break me, and I would just give in and just start crying, and it's not that I was necessarily giving in, it's just that's all I could take. I really did. I broke. And I would just start crying and begging to go to the hospital. Just fucking please let me go. And I understood what that meant. I mean, but God, I wanted to die at the time. And whenever you feel like that, whenever you have these flashbacks, all that shit's back. It's like you never left it. It's like you're still in that fucking bathroom floor crying while this woman stands over you and belittles and berates you and just fucking destroys you. And I don't mean it to be anything sexist. I mean, I'm talking from my own point of view and my own mental image of the situation. Because I know that it's equal on both sides. I don't give a shit what the numbers say. Assholes are universal, and they're everywhere. But that's beside the point. But anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this video, and I really appreciate you listening. And God, I love it when you comment, because I just love to hear from you guys, and I love knowing that I'm not alone, and that somebody is getting something from this besides me, you know. Right now you're getting horrible cinematography, but hey, that's what I am. I just who I am. But anyway, I love you guys. God bless. Continue to pray for me and send me good energy. And like I said, if you have a story you want to share with me about any of that stuff, dudettes, just please keep in contact. Thank you guys.